Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
This is the week that the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, has said they're going to pass the TPP fast-track process. Of course, it's not just for TPP. It's for TTIP and any other trade agreement that comes up in the next 6 years. Last week, there was a filibuster that was shut down, and Mitch McConnell said it was going to pass this week. It will allow them in the fast-track process to pass this secret agreement that's been crafted over many years. It would allow them to pass that with just 51 votes instead of 67 by not calling it a treaty, among other things. And of course, there will be no amendments allowed to that secretly negotiated agreement. Now we see today that Mitch McConnell is not going to allow any debate on passing the Trade Promotion Authority. U.S. Senate leader moves to limit debate on fast-track trade bill. Mitch McConnell took procedural steps aimed at bringing a debate on a fast-track bill to a close, moving the controversial bill a step closer to a vote on passage. He says, "It's my hope that we would also be able to process a number of amendments and then move forward, and we'll have a couple of days to accomplish that." They'll do that by shutting down the debate. In other words, no amendments, no talking about it, just shut up and sign it. Here's the agreement. We should all be very concerned about how not only commerce and industry are being controlled by this, jobs are being given away. We should also be concerned, as we've pointed out many times, about sovereignty issues. Take a look at what's going on with the internet. We now see that the FCC, after fighting to get control of the internet, is now anxious to turn it over to as an unyet identified international body for additional points of control. As the New American points out today, it's been a few bad weeks for freedom where the internet's concerned. First came the news of the FCC reclassifying the internet as a public utility. Now the same federal government wants to regulate the way the internet service providers, ISPs, deliver content to their subscribers. They're planning to hand control of assigning IP addresses to domain names over to an international body made up of governments and international organizations. And we don't know what this body is going to be yet. Isn't it interesting that they fought so hard for control only to turn it over to some unknown international body that we will soon, I guess, find out about that. Now, one of the things that is troubling about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, besides what I just mentioned, is the changes in copyright and patents. We understand that these multinational corporations are not only elevating themselves to the level of states, but they are also, with these new copyright laws, going to try to assert ownership over everything. We've talked in the past about how they are maintaining, even going back to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, maintaining that the software that is so intricately linked in with the electronic control of your cars, with tractors and so forth, remain the property of John Deere or General Motors, and that you don't really own your car. You just have an implied license. You didn't buy anything.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new Infowars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfowarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.